Let's go ahead and stand in front of the swing. We're not going to use the swing for the floor sequence. We're going to go ahead and grab onto our leg loops at the bottom, slide down. This is just what we were doing before to help us come from a standing position to a grounded position. We're going to come into a push-up, lean forward, and then just lower down onto your knees. Bring the leg loops behind you. If the leg loops are higher, it's going to be harder, so feel free to make any adjustments if you need to bring them down. So what we're going to do is our forehead may touch, it may not, but we're going to allow our arms extend towards the sky, and we're going to gently just let ourselves rock a little from side to side. Just gentle micro movements, swaying from side to side might loosen up any tension. For some people, kneeling is not an option, so for that, you can be cross-legged and do something similar. If we can, we're going to let ourselves kneel and feel supported by our arms. We're going to inhale, look up, and then we're going to bring our arms wide and around. When we bring our arms wide and around, we can drop our chest when we get to the top. And then we're going to inhale, look up, and then we're going to swing the arms back behind us. Inhale, look up, swing them back in front. So this is obviously good for the shoulders and the chest and the upper back, as well as it is for the lower back and the legs and the knees. So a few times like that on your own pace. Inhale up, all the way around. And when we get to the front, we're going to stay here and we're going to pulse. So press your hands down towards the ground, shoulder distance, and just see if you can lift the upper body a few times. Notice how you get the strengthening and the stretch all in one here. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. And the next time that we're ready to come up, we're going to turn our fingertips towards our body so we can bend our elbows and bicep curl up to camel. Let's just do that a couple times. Lower your hips down and then bicep curl back up. So we're getting our arm strength and our arms involved, as well as getting a little bit of quad workout. The slower we go, the more challenging it is, right? So I like to negotiate with the swing. The wrist wrap is another good option, so try the wrist wrap for this one. So in camel, I'm going to push my hips forward, but use my bicep curl, pull your elbows in tight, and just start to lower yourself down, and again, pull yourself back up. Feel your quads and arms working here. Do that a few times. So we're not going to go all the way back. We're just going to lean back and then pull up. Nice. Isn't that really nice on the quads? Mm-hmm. Pretty intense. And then the last one, you're going to lower all the way down. Go ahead and straighten your arms. Arch and bring the crown of the head back towards the floor. Maybe it touches, maybe it doesn't. You can switch to fingers if you slide out of your wrist wrap. It's okay. It might just happen on its own. Still have a good grip. This is Supta Virasana, which I also renamed Rainbow. So feel like a rainbow. Make that big bow with your body. Yeah. Bicep curl back up. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves forward now. So change to holding on with your fingers. So pull the elbows in and lower yourself down. Now maybe this is a lot on your shoulders, so you can keep the elbows bent, but if you can straighten the arms, look up towards the sky and come into like a big cobra, big up dog. Okay, bicep curl, come back up. Try that a couple times. Lower down, nice and slow. Make sure your tailbone is pushing down towards your heels to keep the lower back long. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. It just doesn't feel good on my low back.
Yeah, you have to really engage through the core and push forward and then extending arms, but everybody's different. Okay, so let's pull ourselves back up. Turn it over, dive in for one more child's pose. Anybody want to try our plow into pike and clearance?
Yeah.
Okay, let's end with that. So wrist wrap is better, I have found. We're going to lift our hips, tuck our toes under, bring the crown of the head towards floor, leg rabbit. Toes tucked under. Now keep tucking your chin into your chest strongly so you can lift your legs straight, tailbone towards the sky, and then roll out to the shoulders, not the crown of the head, the shoulders, and then you can float. So from plow, we're going to roll down with control. Beautiful. Bring the legs wide, wide straddle. So let's start to open up the legs. You can scoot your hips back if you need to be right underneath your plumb line. Keep holding on to your leg loops so you're getting the arm stretch, but you're also practicing lifting the heart, keeping the head in line with the body, and working out the tightness between the back of the legs, the attachment to the back of the knees, hamstrings, hips, all of that. Sometimes it's fun to play with just one side at a time, so you can release one leg loop and stretch overhead. Try the other side. So lots of different variations that we can do here. Okay. So try just using one leg loop. See how that feels. Just make it up. Play a little bit in the space. And then I like to end with my fish pose. So I'm going to pull my legs together, use my core to lift, and then I can bring my legs up and bring my crown of the head to the ground, or I can just keep the legs on the ground. So some people practice fish with their legs up, and some people practice their legs on the ground. Beautiful. And then boat, if you can do boat. Pull up. And then lower down. Beautiful, guys. Just end in the forward fold. Lovely. You can stay down and rest for a few breaths.